Welcome back to another episode of the Brawn Body Podcast. So today, as you know, is Motivation Monday, our favorite day of the week. And these episodes are shorter, simple, to the point, and designed to get you fired up and prepared to tackle your week and achieve all of your goals that you have for the day, the week, the year, whatever it might be. So before we dive into today's episode, I do want to remind you that at Brawn Body, we offer custom fitness programming, online consultations, online workout planning, online personal training. The list goes on and on and on. We do all kinds of health and fitness services for you or your friends or whoever you might know who could use some help achieving their best body and best health state. Yeah. So if that sounds like something you or someone you know would be interested in, please feel free to reach out to us at Brawn Body on Instagram or at brawnbodytraining@gmail.com to learn more about how we can help. So today's episode is 2 articles I'm going to be talking about, and these are evidence-based ways to basically guarantee that you will achieve whatever goals you have set. And this first article I'm going to reference is called Combining Motivational and Volitional, I can't really pronounce that second word, I apologize, interventions to promote exercise participation. Because after all, it's a new year. New Year's resolutions are in full swing. And the second part to that article title was Protection Motivation Theory and Implementation Intentions. And this was published in the British Journal of Health Psychology in 2010. So, pretty recent article, great article, lots of citations, and I really like what they did here. Now, I'm just going to give you the SparkNote version. So basically, what they found in this study was if you complete one sentence when you're making your goals and you write this sentence down, you are 1 to 3 times more likely to achieve the goals in that sentence that you wrote down. So that obviously sounds pretty good to everyone listening, because 3 times more likely to achieve your goals, who doesn't want that? So what they did was they came up with this sentence, and there's 3 parts to this sentence: the what, the when, and the where. And you're going to write that down, what you're going to do, when you're going to do it, and where it's going to be taking place. So doing this with an example here, maybe I want to go to the gym. So I'll say something like what I'm going to do. So I will exercise for 20 minutes at the gym. So I've got what I'm going to do. I'm going to exercise. I've got when it's going to take place and how long it's going to take for 20 minutes and where is at the gym. Now, if you really wanted to upgrade that, you could also add in what we call an if-then statement. And anyone who works with Microsoft Excel or spreadsheets knows all about if-thens, I'm sure. But essentially, with an if-then, you're accounting for any hypothetical situation that might come up. So maybe you say something like, if I sleep in, then I will go do my workout after work. Or if I wake up and I'm tired, then I will go to the gym and work out anyways. So you account for the hypotheticals. And that way, if one of those does happen or come true, you already know what your plan is and what you're going to do, whether you like it or not. Now, again, these are great ways to help achieve your goals. I said 1 to 3 times more likely. The base group that they had in this study was they wrote down their goal, no specific formula, and they were 35% likely to achieve their goals. 35% of the time they did. Those that used this sentence were 91% effective. So 91% likely to achieve their goals. So there's your 1 to 3-fold increase. And, essentially what you're doing here is speaking to the brain's natural language. You're adding a trigger and a response. And that's a very effective way to just increase your motivation and achieve your goals. Now, part 2. This is from 2015, Gail Matthews of Dominican University in California, I believe. And this study looked at a 1-month period of time. There was 149 participants, and there's 5 groups. Now, we're only going to talk about 3 of these 5 groups because there's only 3 that really stand out to me significantly for our purposes. So group 1 thought about their goals. So all they did was think about goals, what they wanted to do. Group 2 wrote them down. So one group thought about them, one group thought about them, wrote them down. Group 2, the group that wrote their goals down, were 44% more effective, 44% more likely to achieve their goals than the first group. That's pretty significant by just writing it down. Now here's group 5, the other group that I wanted to talk about, group 5. Group 5 wrote down their goals and then came up with a plan. So they formulated a few steps on how to achieve them. They sent their plan to a friend, and then they checked in with their friend once a week about their goals. And they were almost 80% more effective than that first group that just thought about them. So 80% of the time, almost 80% of the time, they were achieving their goals. Now, I bring these things up because they seem so simple, yet people don't do them. They don't take much time, but people won't do it. Think about it here. If you just take 2 minutes to write down your goals, you're at least 44% more effective than just thinking about it. If you write down those goals and come up with a plan and get someone to keep you accountable, you're almost 80% more likely to achieve your goals. Now, what if you did that and combined that with that what, when, where formula that we talked about at the beginning? And what if you added those if-then hypotheticals in and accounted for if this happened and if that happened and all those other different hypothetical situations? The more time you put into the prep work here, the more legwork you do up front, the lighter load you're going to have to lift later on. And obviously, these are not surefire ways to become successful. You still have to put in the work. But if you're someone who's having problems getting motivated to achieve your goals or not sure where to start with your goals, these are 2 great places to look at to start. These are things that I use and will continue to use throughout the rest of the year because clearly we all have a lot we want to get done. We're leading busy lives and we just kind of in that go, go, go kind of mode, for lack of a better term. So we might as well keep that switch on and, grind now, work hard and fight harder now to create a better future and better life for yourself later on. So with that, that's going to do it for today's episode of the Brawn Body Podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe, and if you wouldn't mind, share this episode with a friend, especially someone who you think could really benefit from hearing this. Be sure to follow us on social media. Again, our tag is @BrawnBody, and stay tuned for another episode coming on Wednesday. Thanks for listening.